Oh wow. Well, if I could remember, I started as a kid and I think it was like just kind of classic case of like being really into Disney movies and Disney songs and princesses and stuff. And then eventually I started listening to artists like Taylor Swift, and I got really into Ed Sheeran, and I like loved the whole like singer-songwriter vibe. So I decided really early on that like that's what I wanted to do. And so I started taking guitar lessons, and from then on I would play music every day by myself, and eventually when I became a teenager it turned into like a live performance sort of thing. Oh, okay. Because I've been doing it for like so long now, it feels like it's kind of just been the same thing over and over. It feels like a lot of the anxiety that I still get is feeling like because I'm just doing the same thing, I get scared that I'm being boring and that I'm not really doing anything new and that people aren't really interested in hearing me. And so I guess to deal with that, I kind of like to keep things new, keep like constantly learning new songs, what's popular, what people like to hear. I like to pay attention to people's reactions to certain songs and kind of take mental notes and then plan out my next set according to that. My creative process. My creative process is that when things just come to me, I like to just write them down. I don't know, I wouldn't call it much of a process, but in terms of like specifically writing music, I found that it's hard for me to sit down and like be like, okay, I'm gonna write a song just out of nothing, like without any idea or anything. But ideas will come to me at like random times. So at those times, like that's when I'm like, okay, I need to write this song because I'm gonna forget it later. But yeah, it's hard to kind of like force a creative like new idea out of me. I kind of just have to let it come. When I was younger, my inspiration was totally Taylor Swift. Like I just wanted to be just like her because I was like, she writes out her own music that's amazing. She's like this young girl that is so talented and just fearless when it comes to performing and sharing her music with people. So she was like early ages, like she was what got me into music initially. Now I'm really inspired by young artists who are sort of up and coming. Like Lizzie McAlpine is a new one that she released her new album and it was all written by her and it was just so amazing, and she went on this tour. Now she's seeing a lot of success out of it, and I love seeing singer-songwriters just perfect their craft and then have it be appreciated by so many people. I think that's what kind of keeps me going. Well, of course, most of my life it was Taylor Swift because she just has always been doing exactly what like I wanted to see myself doing. And obviously like Lizzie McAlpine, I love her. She's like such a talented up and coming artist. And I guess some other artists that I've really admired are like Ed Sheeran. His story is amazing. He just like went full on, like there was nothing else that he was gonna do besides music and started from absolutely nothing. I think like some other artists like John Mayer, who's from Connecticut. I actually saw him a few times in Connecticut, which was pretty cool. But yeah, he's also, I think, a really good, like started off as a singer-songwriter, then became like a more mainstream artist. I think it's many things. I think that music is something that brings so many people together. And I think of moments like at my gigs where I've seen random people dancing together, people with their kids who start dancing together. Like that's one thing I love about gigging is that like children love it and they always get up from the tables and they'll come and sit right in front of me or something like that. And it's adorable. So just like, I feel like that goes to show you that it's just like such a natural thing for people to be so drawn to music and I guess the stories that music can tell. It's all about like the human experience basically. It tells so many stories that many people experience and can relate to. no matter like how old you are or what your life experience is. Oh my God, that's a good question. If I were an album, okay, let me think. This is a hard one. I have like a list in my head of like albums that are perfect. I think it would have to be, oh, there's like 3 options. It's either America Location 12 by the band Dispatch, which was such an amazing album. When it first came out, I was like blown away. It's like front to back, like the whole album is like no skips. And it has a big range in there too. Also, 5 Seconds Flat by Liz McAlpine, amazing album. Again, no skips. And then my other option was gonna be Hozier's debut album. I think the album is literally just called Hozier, but his music is just so like earthy and his lyrics are so amazing and so deep, and he's such a good storyteller in his music. I know you asked for one. I'll go with the Dispatch album. The first one. Not many people I probably feel like are gonna not many people have heard of them, but highly recommend. Alone. I think alone in my bedroom, just like, I don't know, that's when kind of like the gears just start turning. And I think in the shower is a big one, but a lot of people can relate to that. In the shower, in the car, especially if I'm driving with just like quiet music on, or if it's like late at night or something, that's when I feel like things will just kind of like appear in my brain. My dream music video? Oh my gosh, that's a really good question. I think my dream music video would be like a story about all my friends. And I imagine like it being really fun in the car together, like singing along with your head out the window, having a good time, dancing on like rooftops and stuff. I'm imagining like sunsets, and it's just like, I don't know. I imagine it being something involving the experiences, like those really like beautiful experiences that I've had with some of my best friends. Yeah, you don't have to know what you're doing to do it. I always feel like I don't know what I'm doing still. And like, I play live all the time. Really, no one knows the difference. Like, as long as you practice and you love it, all you need to have is like a passion for something. If you're not like technically trained, or you don't have this experience, or you don't have that experience, and like you feel like you can't do it, you're never gonna know until you just go for it. And at the end of the day, no one knows what they're doing, to be honest. Like, just, you don't have to know what you're doing in order to just go for it.